Hey guys, this is Irie StarCraft, and I'm back to cast a 3v3 match. This will be on Ulaan Deeps, and it will be between Sorcery, the red Terran. His teammates will be DxT, the teal Zerg, and their teammate MegumixBear, the blue Zerg. I do not know if MegumixBear, if this is the male or female MegumixBear, so we'll withhold comment on that. And their opponents will be Panerai, the orange Zerg, and his teammate will be Power, the yellow Terran, and Dust, the purple Zerg. So it looks like, at least on the Panerai Power Dust team, they all will be playing their main races, or the ones that I've seen them play the most. And as far as the other team goes, well, it is going to be a mirror match of ZZT versus ZZT. And as you guys have heard me say over and over and watched in these games, so far it would appear that ZZT is the most overall effective race combo, as there are pings going off all over the map from Power just to drive me absolutely insane right now. Seriously. I have no idea what that's all about, but it's gonna, thankfully it is stopping right now. As keeping an eye on some of the Zerg players, they're pretty even. It looks like Dust a little bit ahead in the spawning pool than the rest of the Zerg players. Again, I'm not sure how much of a difference that will make, but we will see if anything critical micro-wise comes down to the speed, the Zergling speed timing or anything like that. Sorcery throwing his barracks down over here. Interesting. I wonder if he is going to end up lifting off or anything, because we've seen him start putting his producing structures out in here and stuff before to try and cut the rush distances. I'm not really sure, but at the same time, Power is going to be creating a wall in. So, and a lot of times when Sorcery opts not to wall in, he has ended up having a little bit of trouble. It could just have to do with simple bad luck of the fact that he's in this spot. And this spot is more challenging to wall in because of the way that this the squares and stuff right here, and the way you can build around this ramp. You guys know what I mean, because he'll want to put a reactor there and build his factory and do the factory reactor swap, but instead he's going to be doing that in the back there. And meanwhile, Panerai trying to intercept the scouting SUV. It looks like it is going to get by, but these two Zerglings will probably be able to intercept it. Maybe, maybe not. And so patrolling, some patrolling Zerglings from both teams right now, expecting some rushes. And everybody's expecting the mass Hellions. So once these Hellions and the Zergling speed all get finished, we will see, as Dust is actually way behind in his Zergling speed. So I'm wondering what's going on with Dust. He opted to get out extra Zerglings at the start, some defensive Zerglings, and delayed his speed for a bit, but it doesn't look like that's going to make a big difference, because nothing is going to engage him down here in the near future. I'm trying to watch the mini map, and I'm jumping all over the place. Sorry, you guys, if you're trying to, you're probably having like seizures right now. It's like, Irie, stop freaking moving, jumping all over the mini map. I can't pay attention. I don't know what the hell is going on. And Sorcery actually looks like he did lift off that barracks and bring it over here. He's getting the starport. And 2 Hellions are out for Sorcery, and 2 Hellions are out for Power. The Power is spreading out his Hellions. Interesting. As here comes the engagement right here, and it's going to be Masslings and a couple Hellions versus Masslings and a couple Hellions. Pretty even back and forth, but it looks like all the extra Zerglings from Dust were here at the perfect time, as opposed to the late Zerglings coming in from, was that DxT, who was a bit late? I wasn't able to see there. Was it DxT or MegumixBear that was late on the Zerglings? And could that be a big difference? I don't know, because it's pretty even still right now. Actually, 1 Hellion advantage in Sorcery's favor. And Panerai coming in with a bunch of Zerglings. Going to get a surround. No, the Hellions just juking the Zerglings right there. That was pretty sick. Going right through those Zerglings. Not enough of them to actually get the surround. So pretty even exchanges right there. I could check units lost really quick. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to really break it down. But both Terran players aren't losing much at all, and the Zerglings from both teams are going crazy right now. Zerglings running all over the place, moving back and forth. APMs are skyrocketing. Look at Power sitting at a cool 300 during this entire fight. And everybody's APMs except Sorcery is the one guy with a low APM right now. Interesting. But he is shooting right back up, and man, is starting to press. Sorcery team is actually starting to press, but no, it looks like Dust and reinforcements. Just Hellions versus Zerglings and Zerglings versus Hellions. And you guys have seen this before, man. Back and forth, and look at Power and Dust are pressing, getting a little bit overextended, losing one Hellion right there. Was Power, and uh-oh, he's got to pull back here. Got to be careful, needs some Zergling help. And I'm going to switch back to production so we make sure we don't miss anything. Look at Power is going to try and sneak in an Infernal Pre-Igniter. Meanwhile, Sorcery is the one going Banshees. So Sorcery going for Banshees, Power going for the Infernal Pre-Igniter. And Pre-Igniter has finished. So that is going to make these Hellions way more powerful, though Sorcery is just chasing them around with his Banshee. Power needs to be careful to keep his Hellions out of range of this Banshee. And may have to get a Spore Crawler or something. Yeah, the Terran player Power is going to get a Spore Crawler. No, that is not what I meant. You guys know what I meant. And so, yeah, if the Banshee wanted to, it could fly into one of these main bases with a couple of Banshees and really do some damage. The problem is that if he left these Hellions unchecked without bringing the Banshees down to help fight them, he will be in trouble. As it's going to be really hard for me to follow where all these Banshees are going and everything, as the Hellions are going to start pressing into MegumixBear at the front of MegumixBear's base. And wow, look at the blue flame just torching all the Zerglings. So many Hellions on the field for Power, and look at the support from Dust and Panerai. So many Zerglings out here, and the drones are getting roasted up from MegumixBear. The Spine Crawler is doing quite a bit of damage, and finally the Zerglings are going to be able to get in here and kill this Spine Crawler. Reinforcements are trying to stream in for DxT, but those are not going to be very effective because once these Hellions get in range, they are all going to die instantly. Look at that. Look at those blue flame torches. That is quite a pleasure to see. So I want to be able to find, okay, there's got to be the only last-ditch effort already. Sorcery is on his last effort. The cloak has finished for the Banshees. So is this Banshee going to cloak and fly into the mineral line? Is it going to cloak and chase these Banshees or these Hellions around? But the Hellions are way faster than the Banshees, so that is something to note, that the Banshees really can't do much against these Hellions because the Hellions will just outrun them. So really these Banshees need to be doing is flying in here to the main bases cloaked and killing all the drones for the Zerg players. As now the Hellions versus Hellions, and I'll tell you what, blue flame Hellions are going to eat regular flame Hellions for breakfast, and that is what you just saw happen. Power even going the EZ, giving the EZ call. Oh man, the trash talking. Oh man, subtle trash talking going on, because if you guys didn't know, oh look at Sorcery is not happy about the EZ call. And DxT though is going to bring it down a notch and be like, hey guys, come on, GG, we were due, because if you guys did not know, Sorcery, MegumixBear, and DxT were 88-0 coming into this game, and it looks like they are about to become 88-1, and so that is partially what the trash talking may have been about. But regardless of the frustration from Sorcery there at the end, I do have a feeling that these players respect each other's games, because you're basically looking at the two top 3v3 teams aside from Protect's team. That, I mean, these two teams plus Protect's team are pretty much like the best teams out there, and they have just been, it is ridiculous. You guys have seen the strategy over and over, but look at Power throwing a little bit of a kink into it. Sorcery doing the same old, switching to those Banshees, but he wasn't able to use them as effectively as he needed to, because the Banshees really never got into the mineral line of the Zerg players. Panerai did have a Spore Crawler down in here. The Cloaked Banshee did completely take out Dust's base, but by then it was just too late, because the blue flame Hellions from Power just did way too much damage. So instead of going for the starport, he pulled a little bit of a touche and threw down a second factory, got the tech lab on it, got the infernal pre-igniter, and these Hellions with the pre-igniter, you can see, do an extra 10 damage. So they normally do 14, I believe, versus light, and they do 24 with the infernal pre-igniter, and Hellions are light units, so pre-igniter Hellions versus non-pre-igniter Hellions, that is just going to be a good night. So thank you, Power, for sending me this epic game. It was quite a pleasure to cast, and I think this is going to do it at least for tonight as far as games cast. I just cast like 5 games in a row, so I've been having a blast with all the new games. Keep sending them my way, you guys. It's irestarcraft@gmail.com. I love the replay. Send me more. Send me more. And thumbs up. Please thumbs up my vids. If you like the commentary, if you like the games, thumb it up. And so this is Irie StarCraft, and that's it for me, so peace out.